Namo Vishnu Padaya. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Prachadine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatadine. Today is the disappearance day of Srila Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. To understand about him, we can first of all see his pranamantra. What was his mission? What was his mood? Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshad Vairagya Murtaye Vipralamba Rasam Bodhe Padam Pujayate Namaha. Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj was guru of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He used to attend classes given by Bhaktivinoda Thakur within the compound of Swananda Sukada Kunj in Godrumdvip. His bhajan kutir is there. And even though Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he thought he'd take Diksha from Bhaktivinoda Thakur, but Bhaktivinoda Thakur told him to approach Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. And the contrast, it was a very big contrast. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was very learned in Shastra and intelligent. And so, just maybe for this purpose, Bhaktivinoda Thakur told him to approach Gaura Kishore Das Babaji, who could not even write his name. He was externally and materially uneducated. But for a pure devotee, all knowledge is manifest. All knowledge that he needs to go back to God, to understand the Supreme, everything is accessible to him. So he approached, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur approached Gaura Kishore Das Babaji several times for Diksha. He refused. He didn't agree. The most notable thing we recall about Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj is his renunciation. Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshad Vairagya Murtaye. He was the form of renunciation. Vairagya Murtaye. If you could personify renunciation, this is Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. But he didn't feel anything. Why? Because Vipralambara Sambodhe Padam Bhujayate Namaha. He is always merged in a feeling of separation and intense love of Krishna. Our Gaudiya Sampradaya is full of such amazing personalities. Personal associates of Krishna descended to preach. Unique. And the Sampradaya Acharya himself, Supreme Personality of Godhead, descended to set the system of worship, the mood, everything. Even the mridanga, khol. At time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu it came, but it said it's, according to Bhakti Ratnakar, it was designed by Vishwakarma, but under desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he set the tone, even the kirtan, even the instruments, the chanting, idea of chanting, the shape of the bead bag. Before that, it's different. The other sampradaya was there, they also chant. Theirs is a different one, a different kind of shape. But Supreme Personality of Godhead himself came to give the way of worship, the mood, and everything else. So all of these personalities, as we understand from Vaishnava Vandana, each Brahmanda Tarite Shakti Kote Jane Jane, any one of these personalities could have liberated the universe. Not Bengal, not India, not this planet, universe. But they did not. Leaving mercy for us. So I'm going to read from read about Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, his appearance, his pastimes and main activities in his life. We don't have the beginning, his appearance day, and you notice in ISKCON it's not there. Actually, before people wouldn't know that. You'd ask them, when were you born? I was born in the rainy season, in the year of this or that, something. How old are you? I have seen 50 rainy seasons. Of course, little higher caste, then they'll note it down and they'll have the astrology, you know.
They were not done. They were not done.
No, they will. The higher caste would. And but those days they didn't have clocks and watches. A long time ago. But so how you know it? Exactly birth time. It was inspired by Paramatma. They'll know the time, they'll note it, and they'll. Otherwise, in many societies it will be like this in villages. They'll not know the age. In British time, they'll try and note down people's age. When were you born? No. In 1849, Srila Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj left Grihastha life after the death of his wife. He moved to Vrindavan and took initiation from Sri Bhagavad Das Babaji, a disciple of Sri Jagannath Das Babaji. For over 30 years, Gaura Kishore Das stayed in Vrindavan, performing bhajan under the trees at Giri Govardhan, Nandagram, Barsana, Radhakund, Suryakund, Raval, Gokul. Now, immediately you can notice one thing, who he took Diksha from.
Gaura.
Yeah, who he took Diksha from. It says from Sri Bhagavad Das Babaji, disciple of Jagannath Das Babaji. But if you look at our parampara, it's different. You know, what is that answer for that? Shiksha parampara. Who we surrender and accept in our heart as the personality, who we are taking the knowledge of Krishna consciousness, that's the chain. So he used to sit and hear Bhaktivinoda Thakur speaking Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. And even now, within there, that his bhajan kutir is there, within Swananda Sakata Kunj, Bhaktivinoda Thakur's place. So he accepted him as Guru. Sitting in seclusion, he chanted 200,000 names of Krishna every day. This comes to how many rounds? Around 128 rounds of japa. He felt painful separation from Radha Govinda and cried profusely as he wandered through the Dwadashavan, 12 forests of Vraja. He would loudly chant the names in a deep voice full of lamentation. He would also relish the following bhajan. Khotai go prema mai radhe radhe, radhe radhe go jai radhe radhe. Dekha diya prana rakho radhe radhe, tomar kangal tomai dakhe radhe radhe. Radhe vrindavana vilasini radhe radhe. Radhe kanu manu mohini radhe radhe. Radhe ashta sakhir shiromani radhe radhe. Radhe vrishabhanu nandini radhe radhe. O Radhe Radhe, where are you? O goddess of ecstatic love, O Radhe Radhe, O glories to you, O Radhe Radhe. O Radhe Radhe, please show yourself to me and thereby maintain my life. Your most despicable fallen servant calls out to you, O Radhe Radhe. O Radhe, O artful in joy of Vrindavan, O Radhe Radhe, O Radhe, O enchantress of Kanu, Krishna. It's mind, O Radhe Radhe. O Radhe, O crest jewel of your 8 main girlfriends, O Radhe Radhe, O Radhe, O delightful daughter of Maharaj Vrishabhanu, O Radhe Radhe. Gaudiya Sampradaya, devotees of Radharani, at advanced stage, one takes shelter. Beginning we take shelter of Panchatattva, Gaur-Nitai, then we worship Krishna, Radha Krishna, but finally we take shelter of Radharani. And the mood, we can see the mood. Actually, what is the mood of worship? Because we'll see later that he is actually himself Manjari. What mood is he worshipping? Thinking that I am also associate of Radharani. Manjari, and I'm worshipping her and glorifying her for her service to Krishna and devotion, how much attentively she serves Krishna. Srila Babaji Maharaj's mood of renunciation was unparalleled. Sometimes he ate mud from the banks of Radhakund or the Yamuna. Other times he took madhukari from the Vrajvasis. Madhukari is Babaji's daily practice of begging a little food from 1 to 7 houses, just as a bee collects a drop of honey from each flower. He saw all the Vrajvasis, residents of Vrindavan, as being the direct personal associates of Radha Krishna. As a result of this vision, he would pay respects to every person, cow, animal, bird, tree, creeper, insect, ant in the holy dham. We see now also the Babajis in Radhakund. They'll beg and someone will put little rice. They'll take, someone else will put rice, some little dal, it'll just accumulate and they'll just cook that. They go to every house. While staying in verse, one thing also, that if you see a parampara, before Bhakti Siddhanta, they all took Babaji Vesh. So they're wearing white. Sometimes they actually dress, they have murtis, they dress them. This will be there in the new temple. Mayapur, there'll be an altar only for Guru Parampara. I don't know how many, maybe this many. So when they dress them, they're wearing white, Babaji Vesh. Then from Bhakti Siddhanta, he took sannyas, not Babaji. So Babaji Vesh is what 6 Goswamis also took. Before Bhakti Siddhanta, who took sannyas? Mahaprabhu. No one after that. So when Bhakti Siddhanta took sannyas, everyone said, what are you doing? This is wrong. Everyone took Babaji Vesh. From 6 Goswamis, Jagannath Das, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Gaura Kishore, why are you taking sannyas? This is not in our sampradaya, many things they mention. But actually Mahaprabhu took sannyas. And Mahaprabhu, when he descended, he was showing us how, just like Acharya, Ramanuja Acharya, he came, he established Sri Sampradaya, he said which mantras to worship, what time to worship, what all the different itinerary of worship. And then he showed it, he did it. So personally, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, he came to show how to worship, when to chant, how to behave towards devotees, non-devotees, what is the mood, everything. And so it was not wrong, Bhakti-Siddhanta took sannyas. But this Babaji Vesh, this is also in Gaudiya Sampradaya, but this is very deep because there's a whole system of self-realization which is outlined in Bhakti-Siddhanta Vaibhav, which was before in the Gaudiya Sampradaya. Meditating on one Leela and getting attracted to that, meditating on that, then our Swarupa is revealed, we are this person in that Leela. So take shelter of a certain person within Krishna Leela who is having the same rasa as you, it is completely different. So Babaji, they were bhajananandis. They'll just sit and do bhajan, they'll not preach. Of course they preach by their life, by their example. How was Bhakti Saraswati Thakur so inspired by Gaura Kishore Das Babaji? Once someone told Bhakti Saraswati Thakur that, see, you did so much, you established so many mats, you preached, you wrote books, and your Guru didn't do anything. That's not a way to speak, you know. As people can't understand devotional principles. So one of them was just telling, you did so much actually. All of India you established, he was in Navadvip, he didn't leave, didn't do anything. Then actually Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, actually I am like the boat, he's like the motor. Outboard motor, you have a motor, what makes the boat go? The motor. So he's saying actually he's preaching through me, he's the preacher. So yeah, he took Babaji Vesh, but he was so inspired, Bhakti Siddhanta was inspired by him. And you can see what he did. You can understand what a personality he was. And what did he say? One comment, Bhakti Siddhanta. The entire spiritual world is in one grain of dust at his lotus feet. Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. While staying in Varshana, now he has explained that initially he was in Vrindavan, going to different places meditating on the pastimes. While staying in Varshana, you know Varshana? That's where the house of Radharani was. She grew up there, you can say. Eternally she's grown up. So appeared in Rawal, then grew up in Varshana, in Nandagaon. There Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj made a flower garland every day for Rai and Kanu. That is an affectionate way in Bengali of saying Radha Krishna. What is it in Tamil? Kanu. Kanna. 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 It's Kanu. After 30 years of rendering intimate services to Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan, Babaji felt inspired by the divine couple to see Sri Navadip Dham. He visited all the Leela Sthanas of Lord Gauranga in Gaura Mandala. In Navadip, he used to sing one bhajan, which means, before that, you see, now some people, they don't place Navadip and Vrindavan on the same platform. But look at this. He stayed 30 years serving Radha Krishna in Vrindavan, doing bhajan, chanting, singing, going from place to place within Nandagaon, within area of different forests, 12 forests. But he felt inspired by the divine couple to see Navadip Dham. Now you can understand Navadip Dham. There's that in Gaurange Duti Pada, there's a verse saying that the Dham of Vraja and Navadip are non-different, and whoever sees that goes back to Godhead, gets an eternal association. Yeah. Gaurangera Sangi Gane Nitya Siddha Kori Mane Se Jai Brajendra Sutapas. That is one. Whoever sees the associates of Gauranga as eternal, they go to Vrindavan. Word to word, verse by verse. Yeah, so now number 3 in this song, Gaurangera Duti Pada. Number 3. Gaurangera Sangi Gane Nitya Siddha Korimane Se Jai Brajendra Sutapas Shri Goda Mandala Bhumi Jeba Jane Chintamani Tara Hoy Braja Bhumi Bas. Anyone who has understood that the associates of Lord Chaitanya are eternally liberated souls and immediately becomes eligible to enter into the abode of Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj in Vrindavan, in the next birth. If anyone understands that there is no difference between Gauda Mandala, the place in West Bengal where Lord Chaitanya had his pastimes, and the transcendental abode of Sri Vrindavan Dham, then actually he lives in Vrindavan. So after 30 years of being in Vrindavan, why would anyone go anywhere else? He went to Navadip. This shows it's equal. It's equal. No one will leave the spiritual world once you're there. Prabhupada was always in Vrindavan. He left, but he was, as he said, I was always in Vrindavan because of bhajan. So he went to Navadip Dham and visited all Leela Sthans of Lord Gauranga. Even the opposite is true. For us to enter into Vrindavan, we have to take shelter of Navadip. And for us it will be easier. Radha Krishna worship is very high. Once, it's in the Bhaktisiddhanta Bible, that one of the disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur asked that they could understand Gaura Kishore Das Babaji's eternal associate of Mahaprabhu and Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So they asked him, what are their forms in Gaur Leela? And he said, this is the form. That's the form. They're in Gaur Leela, this is the form. Of course, they're in Krishna Leela also. But that's mentioned also in Chaitanya Charitamrita that actually Chaitanya Leela is going on. It didn't stop. So these are their forms. They appear. When Mahaprabhu appears, they'll also appear to serve Mahaprabhu's mission to propagate the movement. And just like in this book Vamshidas Babaji, it's mentioned there by the author. One may ask, great personality, yes, okay, so what did he do? Which temple did he open? Which book did he write? What did he do? But actually, the three Babajis of Navadip, the three Babaji, they were Vamshidas Babaji, Gaura Das Babaji, and Jagannathas Babaji. Just by taking birth and walking around and giving their darshan, they did great service. First of all, by walking, they purify the earth, and someone who sees them or hears about them, now we are discussing their pastime, they get spiritual benefit simply by that act. So what did they do? They were Krishna conscious. Can we be Krishna conscious? They were Krishna conscious. And because they were Krishna conscious, they did the greatest welfare work is there. They're becoming Krishna conscious. Even they're drinking water, they're doing any normal bodily function, any kind of action is very high, is very great. So in Navadip Dham, Gaura Kishore Das Babaji, he used to sing one bhajan, which means, by receiving Nitai's mercy, one gets Gauranga's mercy, which makes one eligible for Krishna Prem. With Krishna Prem, one can attain the service of Srimati Radharani and the gopis. That's a summary of our sampradaya. We can just hear about it now until we have realization. We don't have that realization, but we have to get mercy of Nityananda, and Nitai is Adi Guru. Mercy of Nityananda means Guru's mercy. He is actually Sri Guru's expansion of Nityananda. So when we say that Nityananda is the original supreme servitor of Godhead, so how do we access his mercy? Service to Guru. Service to Guru and understanding about the Guru Tattva. That is how we get access of Nityananda's mercy. And when we get Guru's mercy, Guru, Nityananda, then we get Gauranga's mercy. The Guru himself, he is meditating on Gauranga. Which is that verse? Sri Guru is meditating on Lord Gauranga. Gita. Vaditra Madhyan Manasora Sena Romanchakam Bashu Taranga Bhajo. And the Guru Shri Charanarinda. The Guru himself is always singing, absorbed in Lord Gauranga. So if we attain Guru's mercy, we can become like that. We can also get the mercy of always being meditating on and glorifying Lord Gauranga. If we get Lord Gauranga's mercy, then we get Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. Lord Gauranga is Sri Krishna himself. So here, summary of our movement is given. He says, he used to sing a song which said, by receiving Nitai's mercy, one gets Gauranga's mercy, which makes one eligible for Krishna Prem. With Krishna Prem, one can attain the service of Srimati Radharani and the gopis. Gaura Kishore Das Babaji was the embodied form of Sri Rupa Raghunath's renunciation. Raghunath Das Goswami was austere. Oh, Raghunath Bhatt. Anyway, in Radha Kund there's only one samadhi, their samadhi. That is Raghunath Das Samadhi. He is there. Other samadhis are all Smaran Samadhis, Pushpa Samadhi, mostly Smaran Samadhis. So he used to sit at the bank of Radha Kund and do bhajan. And Radha Kund, it's on the edge of the desert. Govardhan is just touching that Rajasthan desert comes till there. Part of it is in Rajasthan. It is a desert, practically. So he used to sit there and do bhajan. It got so hot that there's a picture that if you go to that samadhi, that Radharani herself would come and just cover her cloth on because it's so hot. He's not seeing that it's hot, you'll get harmed. Sometimes tigers, dangerous animals will come Anyway, he was known as being very austere. So Gaura Kishore Das Babaji was the embodied form of Rupa Raghunath's renunciation. Completely detached, he would wash discarded cloth to cover his body. He took cloth, from the burning heart anyway, just to cover himself. He drank from a rejected clay pot. Parched rice mixed with Ganga water, or simply some mud from the Ganga bank to sustain his life. Which means he was transcendent. You can't sustain life that spiritually you can. He carried 2 books written by Srila Narottam Das Thakur, Prarthana and Prema Bhakti Chandrika. There's famous saying by one sannyasi in ISKCON that someone asked Gaura Kishore Das Babaji how to get bhakti. He said, you can get bhakti for 4 annas. 4 annas. Go to the market and buy Prarthana and Prema Bhakti Chandrika. On Ekadashi, he didn't eat or drink a drop of water. Recognizing him to be a Mahabhagat, many tried to serve, but he never accepted. Regularly, he associated with and heard Srimad Bhagavatam from Srila Thakur Bhaktivinoda in Swananda Sukhada Kunj in Godrum Dweep. Constantly absorbed in bhajan, Srila Babaji Maharaj had no desire to make disciples. On the request of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, however, he reconsidered. Upon seeing the true humility and deep attachment of Thakur Bhaktivinoda's son for bhajan, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. After seeing that, Srila Gaura Kishore Das Babaji accepted one disciple, Sri Varshabhani Daita Das. This is Dikshani. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. To keep mundane people from approaching him for material boons, people do that. For them, religion means let me destroy my sins, let me get some auspiciousness, I did so many sins. So majority of people, that's their idea of religion. So to keep mundane people from approaching him for material boons, he once resided in the lavatories at Kulia Dharmashala in Kola Dweep for 6 months. We should go and see that place. When public officials came offering to build him a proper bhajan kutir, Babaji Maharaj locked himself inside and said he already had one. He believed that associating with materialistic people was much worse than the smell of the stool and urine in the latrine. Gaura Kishore Das Babaji advised a Calcutta doctor who wanted to open a free health clinic in Navadip Dham. If you really want to live in Navadip Dham, then give up your desire to run a free clinic for healing sense enjoyers. If you want to render substantial service, then renounce everything except what promotes Hari Bhajan. All other kinds of duties and services simply bind one to the ghastly cycle of karmic reactions. I cannot see it written here, but another anecdote is there in Bhaktisiddhanta Vaibhav, that someone came to Gaura Kishore Das Babaji and said, I surrender to you, give me mercy, deliver me. He said, okay, wear this coupon, you can live there. He said, no, I need to go. You came with a return ticket. Then how will I give you mercy? You came to Navadip with a return ticket. Actually, we also have a return ticket. So Babaji Maharaj spoke gravely to a newly married man. Oh yeah, this is anecdote, that one man approached him and said that I'm going to get married. How shall I am married. How shall I see my wife? He's thinking that he'll say that, oh, you should do bhajan, your wife should serve you as Bhagavan, that's a culture. But he spoke, a Vaishnava wife is extremely rare and difficult to find in this world. If one has got a good fortune of having one, he should see it as a benediction from Krishna. The wife worships the husband as her Lord and Master. Similarly, the husband should worship the wife because she is Krishna Dasi, a servant of Krishna. In this way, the husband can protect his devotional enthusiasm by not considering his wife to be his maidservant. But she is always the maidservant of Krishna. One who wants bhojan, eating palatably, will spoil his bhajan, was a favorite quote of Srila Babaji Maharaj. In other words, eating here and there simply to gratify the tongue, bhojan, destroys any attempt to worship Krishna, bhajan. Once a devotee ate some festival prasadam in his bhajan kutir. Babaji Maharaj would not speak to him for 3 days. On the 4th day, he said, "You accepted festival prasadam given by low-class harlots and beautiful women. Because you took food without considering its origin, your bhajan is useless." The essence of Gaura Kishore Das Babaji's instructions. Essence. Okay, before that, regarding prasadam, another anecdote which is not here is I read just when I joined ashram, someone had put it on a cupboard, that he said one of the biggest causes of leaving bhakti is eating food cooked by sense enjoyers. He mentioned this point. The essence of Gaura Kishore Das Babaji's instructions. The divine name of Krishna offers the one and only shelter. One should never try to remember Radha Damodar's transcendental pastimes by artificial methods. Constant chanting of the divine names will purify the heart. By chanting Harinam, the syllables of the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, will gradually reveal the spiritual form, qualities, pastimes of Sri Krishna. Then you will realize your own eternal spiritual form, service, and the 11 particulars of your spiritual identity. We don't know any of this. It's higher philosophy. But it will come by chanting, just by chanting. In pursuance of Babaji Maharaj's statement, what was his statement? He said, "Drag my body through the streets of Navadip." They asked him, when you leave your body, what should we do? Out of humility, he said, "Drag my dead body through the streets of Navadip." It's as if you know what happens when someone sinful or dies, or when someone very evil person, they do that. So he said that. It's humility. So a group of so-called advanced devotees proposed to commit the said sacrilege. So they said, okay, he died, we'll do that. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, however, challenged them. He said that there was argument. Because after dragging, they wanted to take his form and then put it in samadhi wherever their mat is, because then everyone will come for darshan. So actually, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he used to say, my Guru Maharaj had only one disciple, which he didn't. He had many, but he didn't see them as disciples. So he didn't want them to take the form. He, out of desire to serve his Guru, to propagate his glories and his mission, he wanted to place his remains in his Sri Chaitanya Mat, which he did. So this is, but it was argument. Even the police came. Then, in the middle of all that argument, he said this. According to Shastra, one who has had carnal association, that means physical association, sex, with a loose woman within the last 24 hours is contaminated, therefore not qualified to touch my Guru Maharaj. So he said that if anyone had association with such a woman in the last 24 hours, if they come, anyone who did not, let them come forward and take his form. So then the police asked him, how will you know that? He said, I'll take their word for it. This is not here, but it's in Bhaktisiddhanta Vaibhav. So then, okay, and then to the policeman's surprise, one by one, they all walked away. No one came near his Guru. Hearing this bold statement, the black-hearted Brahmanas made a hasty retreat. On 19 November 1915, Srila Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj joined the eternal blissful pastimes of Gandharvika Giridhari, his beloved disciple. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur established his samadhi on the banks of Sri Chaitanya Mat's Radha Kund, near Lord Chaitanya's Yogpit in Sridham, Mayapur. That samadhi is there now, and especially like a day like today, there'll be big celebrations. In Vrajalila, he serves Srimati Radharani as Guna Manjari His Pushpa Samadhi stands beside Radhakund Bihari Gaudiya Math near Radhakund. Pushpa Samadhi. That is on the day of interring the form, his body, into Samadhi. The ceremony is performed, he wears a garland. Then that garland is sanctified. So that's placed elsewhere. And that is the Pushpa Samadhi. So for Srila Prabhupada, Pushpa Samadhi is in Mayapur. Equally as powerful. His presence is also there. So in Radhakund is his Pushpa Samadhi, and his Dev Samadhi is in Sri Chaitanya Math. Shri Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Any questions?
Here it is mentioned, he accepted only one disciple. But he accepted many disciples, but he didn't consider them as disciple. That's why it is said he accepted only one disciple.
No, not he. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say that. My Guru Maharaj had only one disciple, but many came forward. One was even serving him. One was serving him, and then people used to bring mithai. He used to eat the mithai. There's a story, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Like this, quite a few.
But many disciples are there.
You can, many means they were more than 1, 2, 3. They would come and take shelter, but their mistake was they tried to imitate him, then fall down. One of them, he started eating these mithais, and then he acted like a personal servant, but he ended up falling down with some woman. So but they were not, because they will not follow his exact instructions. It's explained in Bhaktisiddhanta Vaibhava. Hare Krishna. Vaishnav Thakur ki Jai.